Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. You look at the Timberwolves. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run.
I think for Minnesota, they're in good position, firmly in the playoff picture. They don't have to worry about the play-in scenario at this point, and that's how they want to keep it.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Out to the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Dosunmu is out there with Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. And for Boston, dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. White is out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Queta in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Greg, we've got two teams that boast some serious firepower off the bench.
And that depth makes each team more difficult to defend, more unpredictable. Both sides have a lot of guys who can step up on any given night.
Now here's Brown. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Outside White. Lets the 3 fly. Julius Randle with the rebound. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. Coach spoke about how Rudy Gobert can change a game defensively. He had all the praise in the world, saying there are so few players at this level that can make a player fearful of shooting inside. Rudy is one of them. You have to get over the idea of hearing footsteps and be okay with having a shot blocked every now and then. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Hauser misses.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
From the arc, nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, McDaniels has made himself a legitimate option from three-point territory. What a look there.
Queta, the pass to Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. That one's in, his first shot this game.
It can be a very difficult thing to check Jason Tatum because of the multitude of ways they can score it. Give me the floater game, JT.
Now here's Randall. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Tremendous lead pass. Boy, that makes your teammates happy, folks.
White the pass to Queta. Back to White. The 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Gobert with a screen for Randall. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Credit Julius Randle. Off-season preparation trying to build the three-point range.
Round kicks to Tatum. Quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Three-pointer, Randall. And Boston with the rebound. Come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game. They didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Well, already so accomplished, Doris. Jason Tatum. As you look at the landscape of the Celtics, where is his place in that story?
Well, let's remember, Kevin, that he's still a young player, and so that history is still being written. But the North Star for the Boston Celtics is always championships, and Tatum has proven he can deliver.
So it's the Celtics now, after the basket by Minnesota. McDaniels outside. Pass to Randall. A 3 for DiVincenzo. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics trail by 6. Hauser with the ball. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass.
all around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Now McDaniels after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Randall against Tatum. From 7, off the left rim and out.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Rebound, Minnesota. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnover.
Yeah, I thought the giveaways were a tremendous factor. They were taking some chances on D, jumping in the passing lanes, that sort of thing, and it really paid off for them.
Here's Brown after the basket by Minnesota. White dishes to Tatum. Trying to end the drought. Krills the three-pointer. Tatum's got 7 points.
Jason Tatum has built such consistency from beyond the arc. Doesn't matter if there's a contest or not.
McDaniels kicks to Randall. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, this guy has completely lost his focus. Nothing working.
Back to Hauser. Brown outside. Back to Hauser. Shoots over Dosunmu. Hauser misses.
Listen, that's a quality mid-range shot. He just couldn't capitalize.
Randall with the bucket.
Boy, I love the confidence Julius Randle has in himself. This guy knows what it takes to score.
White looking around. The three from Tatum. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Fresh from a win against Portland.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
I thought their game plan was really spot on, and we saw that in their scoring more than anything else.
Boston again missing.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Let's give them another round of applause.
Some changes for Boston. Chris Boucher's checked in for Sam Hauser. And it's Pritchard in for White. Here's Pritchard. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Minnesota leading by 10. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front.
That can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Now here's Tatum. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Memphis. Pass to Boucher. Now Brown. Shot clock at 6. Offline with his 3.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
McDaniels kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to McDaniel. Dosunmu, the pass to Randall. Over Boucher, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Down by 12. Tatum deciding where to go with it. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
Randall. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Queta. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And finished off by Gobert.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Here's Pritchard. No scoring in this one. Brown right side. Shot clock at 5. The 3 from Tatum. The kick out to Brown. Boucher sets a screen for Brown. Boston again missing. Timberwolves leading by 16. And here's Randall. 11 points in the game. No good on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Tatum. Here's Queta. Defended by Dosunmu. Left side Tatum. They could use a bucket, and that's 2 points on the layup. 9 points for Jason Tatum.
Now there's a mix of strength and agility that Jason Tatum is taking advantage of. Nice work in there.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Both teams making some changes here. Well, in the second half of the season, we've seen some fantastic performances from this group. The highest scoring shooting guard since the All-Star break. Second is Anthony Edwards.
And this is the cream of the crop at the 2-guard spot. I mean, strictly in terms of their scoring ability and the ease with which they can overwhelm would-be defenders.
You know, and that's why it often requires more than one man to defend against any of them. These players draw more double teams than any group in the league, and they still are able to put up points at a devastating rate.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
White down low. Edwards there. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, that is exactly because Derek White commands your attention defensively, and defender just gets caught in a tough position.
He's off on the first. And a guy who has a quick release and has distance to his shots. Derek White converts his chances.
You know what, Kev? There's so many things to love about Derek White. He's arguably the greatest shot-blocking guard in the league. He has a knack for making big shots, and the thing that maybe is most impressive is he gets past grenades at the end of a shot clock and has the temperament to stand in and deliver. We talk about high-effort players. Well, Derek White embodies that very description. Always working hard, always looking to outwork his opponent.
Here's Topic. He averages about 5 points a game, and the shot goes down.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Over in the corner, Pritchard. White setting the pick for Pritchard. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Topic. Off target from three-point range. Here's Minot. Shoots the three. Wow! Unbelievable!
Can't do it much better than that right before the clock expires.
What a way to seize momentum. Can it carry over into the next quarter? Beautifully done.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Back to the action in just a minute. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, you got Joe Ingles. Also, Naz Reid out there. Clark is out there with Topic. And it's Shannon in at the 2. Now Pritchard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Pritchard's got his second bucket of the night.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Shannon. Hasn't made one yet. Topic, no good. Pritchard passes to White. To the inside, Garza, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Topic. Pass to Ingles. And Reid has it in the corner. It's stolen by Pritchard. Outside, White. It's hauled in by Shannon. Timberwolves leading by 8. On the wing, Ingles. This one for 3. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
White the pass to Pritchard. From outside the arc, he made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Well, you give this guy a half-decent look from distance, and he's going to make you pay.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
Please put your hands
He's checked in for the Celtics. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Julius Randle's checked in for Joe Ingles. McDaniels comes in for Clark. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Topic. Here's Reed. Still yet to score. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's McDaniels. Hauser defending. No one near Randle as he lets it go. That one's off. Still out of sync. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Pritchard. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
First personal foul.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Now here's DiVincenzo. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Portland. Pass to Randle. Fires for 3. Boston grabs the miss.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
And Boston certainly has some of the most knowledgeable sports fans, Doris, in the country.
Kevin, not only knowledgeable, but passionate. And when you think over the 4 major sports in the city and the tradition of success, it is no wonder they are so committed.
DiVincenzo, the bounce pass. Randle down low. He's got 11. And that one drops.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Celtics.
Pritchard with the ball. Inside. Reed with the block.
Boy, Naz Reed giving you a high level of rim protection right there.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
Here's Pritchard. 7 points in the game. Clock at 6. Vucevic a screen on Edwards. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Randle. And the layup falls. Randle's got 15 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Edwards against White. A shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Edwards.
He's trying to flip the script here, but guys, he cannot find any level of consistency.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
But if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Now, here's Brown. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
And let's talk about his passing, guys. Let's remember he also did an excellent job of finding guys in their right spots.
Here's Randle following the basket by Jaylen Brown. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. It is not good. He's made half of his 6 attempts. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking.
Now Pritchard. After Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Vucevic with the bucket.
You love the decisiveness with which Vucevic is making these decisions. He's got the green light to shoot it on the catch.
Now here's Randle. He's got 15. And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Chris Boucher's checked in for Boston. Tatum comes in for Pritchard.
Substitutions for the Celtics. Chris Boucher. Jason Tatum.
Randle surveying the D. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. He's checked in for White. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Dosumu's checked in. Here's Tatum. 9 points in the game so far. Let's check in now with our Allie Lepores, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said, JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Back over to you guys.
A dangerous duo for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Gobert, rebounded by Hauser. Celtics trail by 5. To the middle. Pass to Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston. Now Brown. Strong finish through the contact from Brown. And people, Doris, talk about the right time for a team to go all in. What goes into that decision, do you think?
Well, first and foremost, if you are having a high measure of success, it becomes about how do we sustain this roster to not miss the window to compete for championships. If you're talented and you're winning, how do you do the best you can to sustain that kind of success? Chris Boucher, the ability to score, even though there's bodies around him, that's an impressive finish.
And finished off by McDaniel.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
That's how you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Brown gets it done inside.
This guy has looked so much better in the second quarter, really starting to find his rhythm.
DiVincenzo kicks to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
And here is Brown. 6 points for him. Pass to Hauser. No good from outside. Timberwolves leading by 5. Randall outside. Gobert with a screen on Brown. And slam dunk by Gobert.
That is right in Gobert's window. Make it easy.
Boston's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Back to Brown. 6 to shoot. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Celtics trail by 7. It's Brown on the wing. Pass to Boucher. Down low. Stolen by McDaniels. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, you get loose with the basketball around McDaniels. This guy's so quick defensively, and he turns it into offense.
And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. Here's Pritchard. Brown sets a screen for Pritchard. It's good from long range. Pritchard's got 10.
Boy, defensively, you deserve to get torched from deep if you leave him that open. My goodness.
McDaniels passes to Randall. And here is DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Pritchard. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Boston's gone even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter. 4 for 8. Back to Tatum. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. At one point, they led by 16. Dosunmu, the pass to DiVincenzo. And here's Gobert. Boucher defending. 5 on the clock. Gobert can't hit. Celtics trail by 6. The 11-footer. Brown's shot is good. 8 points for Jaylen Brown.
Boy, slow start for him out of the gates, but you can feel that rhythm building.
Now, here's McDaniel. Guarded closely. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
It's Brown on the wing. Defended by Dosunmu. And finished off by Brown.
This guy's so dangerous on the drive, and if Brown has an opportunity to finish strong, there's going to be no doubt.
Here's Randall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
2 shots.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. With 1 on the clock, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 5. Hallie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Thanks. Well, we have Coach Finch here at the half. How key is Rudy Gobert to this offense?
Yeah, I mean, he brings a whole different dynamic to offense. Just making him feel part of our offense. Just creates so much gravity when he's rolling hard out there, creating a lot of good shots for his teammates.
He's on fire. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, thank you for that interview. And now we're at halftime. And we'll be back to bring you more basketball after this.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
And for that game against the Thunder, no one can play a perfect game. So they'll have to do a few things to come close. Taking good shots, communicating well defensively, and outwork those guys across from you, Shaq. Word.
And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Boston Celtics.
But you want the truth? I've seen college teams shoot better than these guys. They couldn't hit water from a yacht.
Shaq upgrading that punchline from a boat to a yacht. How bougie of you. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Celtics trail by 5. Endures for the Timberwolves 2 consecutive trips to the Western Conference Finals.
Kevin, this is by far the franchise's most successful era to date. But of course, they are not satisfied. Anthony Edwards desires a championship because he wants to be considered amongst the all-time greats.
Out on the block, it's Tatum with Tatum. Sam Hauser is out there with Derek White, and it's Brown in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Now DiVincenzo after the missed 3 from Derek White.
Always assertive off the catch. Dante doesn't give the defender time to react.
Outside White. Pass to Tatum. Now here's Tatum. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Near the three-point line, it's DiVincenzo. Here's Dosunmu. And another 3 for Minnesota.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
White finds Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to get back out. Oh, that was something else.
I tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. Timberwolves leading by 9. Randall right side. Has to Gobert. It's stolen by Brown. Over in the corner, White. The shot's good. Brown making the play. White's got 10 points in the game.
Well, a corner 3 for Derek White. Surprise, surprise. This guy will light you up if you give him shots.
Gobert, the pass to Dosunmu. Pass to DiVincenzo. Clock at 4. A three-pointer off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's good. Now just a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. Another miss by Minnesota.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And it's White missing. Timberwolves leading by 4. And then Randall seals it in.
Wow, Julius Randle with a little flavor on the finish.
It's White on the wing. Brown outside. That 3 off the mark. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Randall, and Tatum pulls it down. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Tatum with the screen on McDaniel. Brown with the bounce pass. Bangs home the trifecta. White's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Celtics. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. at the numbers for Anthony Edwards.
And he's struggling with his shot these days, and the analytics bear that out. With the true shooting percentage heading down in these past 10 games. But, guys, it wouldn't surprise me if that was a trend that he could reverse here tonight.
Here's Dosunmu. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Fade away. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got 22 points.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
Right a screen. Pass to Brown. Takes a three. And they get it back. Back to Hauser. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves leading by 5. Randall passes to DiVincenzo. And here is McDaniel. Off target with his three. White against DiVincenzo. Second chance effort, and it's good on the way in. Keita's got 8 points.
This is how you make an impact on the offensive glass. Bring that intensity.
To the paint. Here's McDaniels. Lays it up off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
Tatum kicks to Brown. Out to White. Three-pointer. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Minnesota leading by 5. McDaniels outside. Randall outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tatum with the block.
And a chance to check out the numbers for White. He's right around 17 points tonight. 4 assists and 4 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Sam Hauser. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Reed's checked in. Tatum no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Dosunmu, the pass to McDaniels. A three for DiVincenzo. Rebound Boston.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on White.
Jaden McDaniels is a guy who will embrace physicality, does a nice job drawing contact.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
They've also made a concerted effort to get the ball down low. Many of their points coming in that painted area tonight.
And McDaniels drops them both.
There is simply no substitute for what Jaden McDaniels gives you on the defensive end every night. This guy is elite.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 11. Brown outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. McDaniels got his 4th rebound in this one. Over in the corner, Dosunmu. Another miss by Minnesota. Celtics trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised them, and that's why he missed.
DiVincenzo passes to Dosunmu. Here's Reed. The offensive rebound. Gobert. And he can't jam it through.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Back to you.
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you. And here is DiVincenzo following Jaylen Brown's three. Reed in the post, guarded by Tatum. Reed misses.
You'd rather see him dunk that. Impose your will if you can.
To the middle, stolen by McDaniel. Pritchard against DiVincenzo. Screen by McDaniel. There's the triple. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Brown feeling it out a bit. Fires the three. Launches it. And there is White. And that's good on the assist by Brown. Brown's got 3 assists tonight. And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Both teams will make substitutions. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. You look at the Celtics. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason.
And I think for Boston,
They have clear goals in this final month. Time to secure a spot in the play-in because that's their ticket into the playoffs.
Here's Topic. Pass to Shannon from past the arc. Einod pulls it in. Celtics trail by 3. There's White. For the tie. Rebound, Minnesota. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Ingles. Scoreless thus far. Lets it go from deep. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable, playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last 2 seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
And here is Dosunmu. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. Offensive rebound. Pass to Ingles. To end the drought. A shot. No good. And for the Celtics, their shooting is leaving some to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. Tatum kicks to White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 4 assists in the game.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D shell shot.
Now here's Dosunmu. Dives to the hoop. And the wide open shot from Reed. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And from beyond the arc, he puts a stop to that 12-0 run by the Celtics.
White bounce pass. They set the pick. To the inside. Pass to Shireman. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Garza. Ingles with the rebound. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Topic. Knocks down the 10-footer. Topic has got his third basket of the night right there. Boston trailing. Outside Tatum. Great job by Tatum in close.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Derek White has been on display for the Celtics. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
So we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then it's Topic. And it's Shannon in at the shooting guard. Here's Brown following the three by Minnesota. That's good. It's his seventh made basket in 14 tries.
Well, Jaylen Brown has quality handles now. Relentless on the attack when he's got the rock in his hands.
Three-pointer, Randall. Garza pulls it in.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Now here's Brown. He's tightly guarded. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Inside, here's Reed, and Reed throws it down.
And Naz Reed not only gets off his feet, does it in a hurry and with some strength.
Brown outside. Pass to Minot. Here's Shireman. Brown outside. That doesn't go either for Brown. Now here's Reed. And here is Ingles. Here's Topic. Back to Ingles. It's up a three. And Shireman pulls it down.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
There's the pass to Brown. Pass to Hauser. Brown inside. Lays it up and banks it in. Brown's got 4 this quarter.
Well, good things happen for this team when Jaylen Brown gets into the paint. So efficient inside.
Here's Shannon. Back to Ingles. Takes the three. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Minot can't get it to go. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for Minnesota. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. An easy 2 points on the layup. Randall's got 24 points.
Now, guys, over the years, we've seen Randall become a much more aggressive scorer. You love his tenacity.
It's Brown on the wing. Here's Garza. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Pass to Topic. Here's Shannon. Here's the three. Rebound by the Celtics. Minot's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here's Brown to tie it up. No good that time.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him that he's up off the three.
Celtics trail by 3. Pass to Sharman. Back to Hauser. Here's Minot. Here's Garza. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Randall passes to Reed. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Reed's got 4 this quarter.
This is showing the versatility of Naz Reid. Yes, he can make buckets from 3, but I like when he goes to work inside.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He ripped into their perimeter game and their energy level, saying to his guys, you're just running through the motions out there. There's no hustle or desire to chase them off the three-point line or to try to get open looks from deep on the other end. Guys?
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Outside, White. Pass to Hauser. And he hits it to tie the game up.
You can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Now here's Dosunmu. McDaniels on the wing. Now DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, one of the best in the business, Rudy Gobert.
Tatum passes to Keita. White against DiVincenzo to take the lead. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 5-point Minnesota lead. The Celtics have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Tatum. Pass to Spencer. The 3. Tatum drills it from distance.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Now here's Dosunmu. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Pass to Spencer. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Now here's Randall over Tatum, and again it's Minnesota converting.
Yeah, you know that when Julius Randle gets into his rhythm offensively, he can be problematic for defensive teams.
Here's Tatum, defended by Gobert. Tatum wide open, he fires one. Misses the 3. The Timberwolves leading. Pass to Randall. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Randall's got 10 points here in the second half.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's White. Back to Tatum. Take that! Oh, Tatum from the parking lot.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Dosunmu, the pass to DiVincenzo. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. DiVincenzo's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Timberwolves. Pass to Hauser. Here's Spencer, defended by Dosunmu. And here's Tatum for 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. DiVincenzo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Rudy Gobert is so competitive. Doesn't want to let a big moment go by. Nicely done.
Here's Kata. Now White. Puts it up from deep. Can't get it. And Randall has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. At one point, they led by 16. DiVincenzo, trained from outside.
Well, that's the floor spacing ability. DiVincenzo with the rise and fire.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away.
Put your hands together for Celtics Entertainment. Celtics Entertainment.
Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. DiVincenzo against White. Now here's Tatum. Now White. Just 5 on the clock. Lets loose a 3. Knocks down the 3.
Derek White, high pressure situation, no problem.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Now Gobert. He'll put it up there. Count it. Nice touch.
Listen, he's hot and cold. Don't let him get hot, because then he's rolling.
Tatum down low. Handle on him. And it's good.
The very definition of their go-to player. Mr. Tatum, ball in your hands. Yes, sir.
Randall down low. Guarded by Tatum. 7-foot shot. Basket is good.
Just one more example of his offensive arsenal. So tough to stop.
Celtics trail by 7. Outside Tatum. Inside Tatum.
Unshakable trust in Jason Tatum in this sort of situation. Their staff just puts the ball in his hands and lets him make plays.
Now Gobert. Had a hand on it. Outside White. Launches it. Rebounded by Randall.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Randall is doubled. Now McDaniel. Randall outside. It's good.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And here is Tatum following Julius Randle's three. And down goes the three.
What a find by Tatum. Draws the defense and kicks it out to three.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second team foul. Shooting from Minnesota, Dante DiVincenzo. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That increases their lead to 6. Timeout called the Celtics. They're behind by 6. What do you think coach's focus is going to be here?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Now Brown. Here's White. Raises up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White. And so they foul intentionally.
Derek White, 4th personal foul. 3rd team foul. Shooting from Minnesota, Dante DiVincenzo. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Timberwolves take the win, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Dante, you won state titles in high school, 2 national titles at Villanova, and now a growing role in the NBA. What has been the secret to your success?
It's my ability to adapt. Different teams, different dynamics of different teams, and just my ability to adapt to that team and fit.
Sky's the limit, guys.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Julius Randle.